Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for checking this video out. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So today I thought I would do a first impressions of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I've heard a lot of good stuff about this foundation, especially for people with oily skin, which I definitely am. And I've wanted to try it for a while, but you know, it's always hard trying to do a color match when you're just watching reviews on YouTube and trying to figure out, you know, what color will work best for you, because everyone has different undertones, and when people are filming videos, you know, the lighting will be a factor. So sometimes it's hard to watch a video and say, okay, that person has my complexion and I can, you know, buy that particular shade based off their video. So I kind of held back from it, but I was able to go on the Sephora website and they were able to color match me based off like a foundation that I already use. So I used my Fenty Beauty shade, which is 440 or 445. I can get away with either, so I used that as the shade, and they matched me to the correct Estee Lauder foundation color. Okay, so this is the foundation here, and it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. This one is 30 mils, and the shade that I got is Deep Amber or 7N1. So I'm just going to take it out, and this one also has SPF 10 in it. So I'm just going to shake it up and then just put a little swatch on my hand so we can just see what the color looks like. Straight away, I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a pump. You just pour it out, and I find that when you have foundation that does that, sometimes you can end up, you know, pouring too much and you end up wasting foundation. So I wish it had a pump. But anyway, this is what the color looks like. And I mean, it looks okay. Obviously, once you blend it in, it'll look very different. Okay, so before I start, I'm just gonna put some Nivea, what's this one? Nivea Strawberry Shine Lip Balm, because my lips are super dry. It's a very windy day today. And I went out this morning, so yeah, lips are very, very dry. So yeah, I'm just going to take you through my, you know, kind of everyday makeup routine. It's nothing complicated, it's nothing exciting, but I'll show you anyway. Okay, so I've already done my lashes because, you know, lashes are very fiddly. So I'm just going to start off with my brows. Now, my brow routine has become super simplified, especially during this quarantine season. I actually don't do much to my brows. I've actually been growing my brows since, was it December last year when I was in Ghana. That was the last time I got my brows done. But unfortunately, I don't have thick, full brows. So this is like, what, December to August. That's at least 8-9 months worth of brows, and yeah, I don't have a lot of brows, but hey, it is what it is. You can't have everything. I guess where I didn't get the brows, I made up for it with hair on my head. So yeah, this is my brows, and basically all I do is I just brush it up like this, because I do like kind of that feathered natural look. Even though my brows aren't full, I still make it work. And then I just get some brow gel, and this one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and I actually got it as like a sample when I purchased on Sephora at one point. So I just use that to, you know, brush through my brows in an upward direction, because I kind of like, you know, like I said, that feathered look. And I've liked it since I got my brows laminated when I was in Ghana. I really liked how that looked, but I'm just letting my brows grow because I don't have a lot of brows. So, you know, getting them done all the time, I feel like it's pointless, because like I said, this is like 8 months worth of growth and you can hardly see anything. So I'm not going to bother with it for a while. Okay, so after that, I get my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toast. This is an oldie but goodie. You know, there's lots of new products that you can try, but I honestly like to stick to what I know works for me. And because I'm not a huge makeup person, I don't really want to spend a whole bunch on, you know, makeup when it's just simple things like this. You know, I don't mind spending on foundation though, but something like this, you know, I'll just stick to what works. So I just use it to create the shape of my brows that I want. And I just basically follow the natural shape of my brows. as much as possible. Just keeping in mind that, you know, there are some places where there's not a lot of hair. But like I said, I make it work. So after I create the shape, I just get a brush and blend it out, just so it looks somewhat seamless. But yeah, I really love the natural brow look. Even though my hairs are not necessarily, you know, the fullest, I think it works. So that kind of gives me the basic shape. And then sometimes I may go over the tail of my brows with a pencil, just because that is, like, you know, the part where my brows are the most non-existent. But that's about it, just on the tail like that. And they say brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins, so they don't have to be identical. Just as close as you can. Next up, I'm just going to put some primer, and this one is the Rimmel London Stay Matte Makeup Primer. Now, I did also at one point use the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector, so I used to use this one as well. This one is quite pricey, but I didn't find that it made much of a difference in terms of, you know, keeping my face matte. So I just decided to stick with this Rimmel one, because this one is like a drugstore product and it's inexpensive. So yeah, that was my experience with the two. So yeah, the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer works, I mean, as well as it can work. I still don't feel like I've ever found a primer that actually does what it's supposed to do in terms of keeping me matte, because I still get oily. So I guess I'm hoping that one day it will actually keep me matte. So yeah, I still apply it every time I put on my foundation, and I just put it in my T-zone because that's where I produce the most oil. Okay, so now that's it. Onto the foundation. Gonna shake it up again and let's see how it is. So I'm just gonna pour some on my hand, and then I'm just using this brush here. I don't know what brush it is, but I've been preferring using a brush lately for my foundation. After using the Beauty Blender for like years, I've gone back to a brush, and I like it just to start the application of the foundation with the brush, and then I finish off with the Beauty Blender. So I'm just going to pick some product and put some on my face, down my neck, and I might just add a tiny bit more because I do like full coverage, because yeah, I've got some imperfections that I like to conceal, but we'll get into that another day. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of buff it in to my skin. Let me just take this hair back.
Yeah.
Okay, so far I like it. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the Beauty Blender now, and I'm not even going to wet it. I'm just going to use it dry, and I'm just going to use it to kind of pat the foundation into my skin, just to give it like a more smooth, flawless finish. Okay, so that's all blended in, and you know what, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so that's what it looks like up close. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Let's move on to concealer. So I'm going to go back in with the Toast from LA Girls, and I'm going to use that just to conceal under my eyes. And then I'm just going to go back in with my Beauty Blender and just blend it all out. So that's the concealer done. And I'm just going to set my concealer with the Ben Nye powder in Topaz. I've actually just got it in a Kiss natural finish loose powder container because I just find it easier for application. So usually when I pour it in, there's some in the lid. And then I just get this brush, and this one's actually from Colorbox Cosmetics, which is a Ghanaian owned makeup brand, owned by a very good friend of mine called Stephanie, and she gifted me these a little while ago, and they've actually got my name on it. And then I just get some of the product, tap some off as well, because I'm not baking or anything like that. I'm just going to dust it very lightly over the concealer. Setting powder, and then just onto contouring. I don't do anything fancy. I just contour my cheekbones a little, and I've been using the Fenty Beauty matchstick in the color Espresso. So I just put a little bit in the natural hollows of my cheek, and then I've got this brush that I actually picked up on eBay, and it makes for a good contour brush because of the shape of how the bristles are. Like, I feel like it hugs the cheekbones really nicely. So I'll just kind of blend it out like this, just to soften it up. And then for my blush, I've gone back to an old one, and this one is MAC's Sweet as Cocoa. I like this one because it's very sheer. It adds just a subtle color to the cheeks. And yeah, this is another oldie but goodie. And I'm just gonna swirl and add a bit to the apples of my cheek, just to add a bit of color. And then for my highlight, I'm still using the Sleek Contour and Palette Blush palette, and this one is in dark. So as you can see, my actual dark contour color, it actually broke. So yeah, I've got nothing left there, so I just use these two as the highlighters. And I usually use the one at the end here because it's just a little bit darker. It's not too bright because I don't do crazy highlighting either. I don't really care about the highlighter popping like it's supposed to be based on what all these girls are doing. Yeah, just enough, very subtle, just so, like, you know, when you're in the sun and you turn, it's like, oh, I see a little something something. But yeah, nothing that's going to blind you or make you say, oh my gosh, look at all that highlight. And then I just set everything with my MAC Studio Fix in NW50. And this is another shade that I've stuck to since I started wearing makeup. It does the job and it matches me nicely. And I like to use a kabuki brush because I like the density of the brush, especially when applying the pressed powder. I feel like it buffs it into the skin nicely. So like I said, I've already done my lashes. Now of late, probably in the last year or so, I haven't worn any eyeshadow, and I used to love wearing eyeshadow, especially like neutral, shimmery, natural type tones. But I'm just honestly liking, you know, just the look of a nude lid with some liner and my lashes. I just like how it looks. I guess as I'm getting older, I just want everything to be just simple. I remember back in the day, I used to wear the greens and the blues, and don't get me wrong, they look beautiful, especially on those girls who are, you know, makeup lovers and they do these beautiful looks. But for me, I just like to keep it simple. So I'm just gonna get actually a little bit of my pressed powder, and I'm just gonna dust over my lid again, just to make it look even more natural. Now I must say that before I put the lashes on, I did put some concealer on my lids, blend it out, and then go over it with the Studio Fix, just like I said, to make it look natural. And I'm just dusting a bit over now because my eyelids get oily as well. On to my, what am I doing next? So I'm just going to line my bottom lash line just a little bit. And then I've been using the Maybelline Falsies Push Up Angel for a little while now. I keep rebuying it because I like the applicator on this one. It's really small, so it picks up my very, very non-existent bottom lashes. Honestly, I don't have to do them, but I want to go through the process of putting on mascara. So yeah, this brush actually picks up the bottom lashes and gives me something. And then I'll just go back in with my Studio Fix and just kind of clean up under the eyes, because sometimes it does get a bit messy. And just onto lips. Once again, I've been using the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle Matte Lipsticks, and this is in the color I Quit. This has been my go-to shade, along with the Fenty Beauty Glass Bomb lip gloss, and this one is in Fussy. So this has been my trusty combination for my lips forever. So yeah, like I said, it works for me, so I use it. I don't even line my lips with this one. Yeah. Because I don't need to. I tend to wear a lip liner when I'm just wearing a matte lip, like a super matte lip. But if I'm putting gloss, I don't really like the look of the liner with the gloss, so I just put the gloss straight on. Okay guys, so this is the end result. I really liked how it came out. The foundation, like I said, a good color match. It looks very natural, which is exactly what I go for with my foundation and makeup applications. Okay, so this is it, full face done. This is in natural daylight. Exactly what I would go for an everyday natural look. So that's it guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video, useful. If you like this video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. Yeah, I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.